Hello everyone, my name is Protesilaos, also known as Prot. Just to provide you with a status update on what happened here in my part of the world, in the mountains of Cyprus, the last 2 days. Maybe you can still hear in the background some heavy machinery. That is the fire brigade. They are heading up the mountain on that side of the valley. As a precautionary measure, there may still be some spots where they need to act. The past 2 days we had wildfires that were raging in the area. They engulfed many of the villages here, including the village closest to my hut. Remember that my hut is outside any settlement. There are no neighbors here. And at their peak, they reached within 300 meters from where I am at the base of the valley here. And at that point, I abandoned the hut. I had with me everything I needed. I had a backpack and I took the dogs with me, a backpack with essential documents, provisions and tools. And I had scouted the area beforehand, and I found a spot at a place where there was higher ground and it was sheltered from the winds, meaning that the fire couldn't reach that location, and it was a spot from where I could inspect what was happening and then plan my actions accordingly. Anyway, I did record videos and I will append them to this one so you see how it was in the moment. The point is that this was a catastrophe. It caused a major destruction to property. It led to the loss of human lives. I haven't read the news yet, but hopefully it's not the worst case scenario, but we will see how it went. And the point is that we managed to rise to the occasion, to do what we had to do, and to cope with the challenge. With the scale of this disaster, it was unprecedented. I've never seen anything anywhere near this. Anyway, the point is that I am well. Everything is good. This morning I am back to life as usual. I played with the dogs and then I decided to trim my hair a little bit, just to make it clear that I am back to normal. And then I will work on the computer and do all the usual stuff. And I also have plans here for the hut. I need to continue with the project of insulating the base of the building. But I will do that a bit later when it's a bit cooler, because now it's really hot. That's all for now, folks. I will append the other videos and you will see, including some clips which show the fires, and at some point there was an inferno here, like it was right there, and you could see it all the way to the sky. It was blotting out the sun, and at some point even the color of the sun rays had changed because it was filtered through the smoke, and it was something you would normally never experience. Anyway, that's all for now, folks. Everything is good. Life is back to normal, and we continue with calmness, with patience and perseverance. Take care and good luck with everything. Bye-bye. Hello everyone, just to inform you about the fact that here in Cyprus there are wildfires that have been raging since yesterday. Right now there are 2 planes flying over my position and they are moving to put down the fires. I don't know what they can achieve. My region has been affected, specifically my hut not yet, but the fires are getting closer. There were fires within 20 minutes of walking from my place yesterday, and the authorities managed to control them. Now there is a hotspot there about 15 minutes away from where I am, and another massive one over there. The mountaintop is burning. The other side of the valley is affected right now, but of course things could get worse. I am going home to pick the dogs as well as the backpack I have, and my plan is to abandon the hut and seek refuge. I know the area well, and I will be going to a spot that is well protected, and from there my plan B, or anyhow my plan if things change, is to move towards the northernmost coast from where I am. I cannot go south because south is already affected by the fire, south and southwest. Anyway, I have to go. I have been scouting the area for sources of trouble and for me to know where I need to head to. And now is the time for action. I haven't slept at all for the last night. I didn't sleep, and today I didn't get any sleep. I have been on alert this whole time, and I have to go. So yeah, time to take the dogs, and we will do this, and everything else can be rebuilt. So I will see you again, folks. Bye-bye. Hello, folks. Just to inform you about the fact that this is day 2 of the wildfires in Cyprus, specifically in the Limassol district, which is where my mountainous region is. And day 1, there were a lot of fires close to my place, within 20 minutes of walking distance from my place, but my hut and then the village which is nearby were not in danger. Today, however, was much different, much more dangerous. There were fires that were raging all around the valley, including here, which is one of the spots at the base of the valley. Right there are pine trees, and maybe you can see in the camera, I don't know, there are down there are still groups there of volunteer firefighters, and I will tell you more about volunteers in a second. But first, let me tell you about my day. So I packed a backpack full of my essential documents, as well as some provisions and tools, and I evacuated the hut. I abandoned the hut. I took with me my 2 older dogs and the 2 puppies, because of course dogs cannot just sit here and deal with the fire. They cannot do that, and I had to protect them, and we had to evacuate. So I know the area inside out, so I was scouting the area to make sure that there is no danger, and then we moved further away, not too much away from the hut, but about 45 minutes away on foot, in a direction where the wind was not blowing towards, so the fire wouldn't reach us. The winds were blowing in a direction where it seemed like fire, such as from that spot, would reach the hut. And at some point, the whole village, which is the nearby village, was full of smoke. It was not in flames, the village itself, but nearby areas were in flames, and they barely escaped. The entire village was evacuated, and I was the only one who was nearby, and I also directed some of the volunteers to the relevant hotspots. While I was away, I noticed that the air was shifting, which meant that basically it was safe for us to come back to our location. We didn't go back to the hut directly, but we came closer to a spot like the one I am sitting, not exactly here, but further away from here. And for about 4 hours, maybe 5 hours, there were airborne units from the officials, the authorities, that were spraying the area. The entire mountain range here, as well as many other villages, were caught on fire. There were human casualties as well as loss of property. I haven't kept up with the news. We will see what the total cost, the total loss is. But I think it's safe to say that it is the most devastating natural calamity I have ever witnessed here in Cyprus, and I would imagine it's one of the worst that Cyprus has ever witnessed in the modern era, at least. What is amazing, what has amazed me, is the ethos of the people. Volunteers from across the island would come here. At some point here at this specific spot, like within the last hour or so, about 200 men, each in their own vehicle, and then in small groups, they poured to this place, and they were asking, "Hey, master," that's an an horrific way of mentioning somebody you don't know. Hey, master, can we help you? Do you need anything? Do you need water? Do you need food? Where is the fire? And then I came here to direct them to the exact spot over there. The dogs are at the hut. It's safe there. There is no fire. It's all good. They have water. They have food. And I will go see them in a little bit. But it's amazing that we have all those volunteers, folks. And volunteers mean that there is solidarity, and for as long as there is solidarity, people cannot be lost. I was lucky that I scouted the area ahead of time. I haven't slept for 2 days. I scouted the area last night as well. I scouted the area this morning and knew exactly where to go. So in that regard, I was lucky to be here and to know the area very well. And we were able, with the puppies and the dogs, to make a safe escape. And then we got the support from the authorities and then from the volunteers. There were, as I said, men who volunteered for the firefighting, and then I also saw some women on the other side of the road, and they were asking if the puppies need anything. They were checking if there are any people trapped in the village, and they brought with them food and stuff. The most amazing thing. It's the most amazing experience I have ever witnessed, folks, and I am glad that the people have all showed great responsibility and resolve in dealing with this situation. I think it shows that when we are all committed, and then when we do not panic, we can rise to the occasion. And I saw it in me, and I also saw it in many others, a certain calm in the face of the calamity. At some point, the entire mountain over there was in flames. Maybe I can append some clips that I recorded earlier to this video, just for you to see how it was. Like, there was an inferno, like a huge dark cloud, like of smoke, and there were ashes flying everywhere, and the air was thick. It was in a sense terrifying, but in another sense it was galvanizing, because you knew that it is now or never, folks. And I felt that, and I'm sure that everybody here felt that, and they and we all did what we had to do. And I think it's safe to say that the situation is under control now. I can still hear heavy machinery operating in the distance. There is still smoke coming from this spot. So I personally will remain vigilant, because in case this fire lightens up again, I will need to call the authorities and any volunteers. Maybe I will have to act myself. Or, of course, worst case scenario, again, abandon the hut. Just to be sure. And again, what I will be doing now is scouting the area for safety exit routes, as well as to make sure that there are no more hotspots. When I can, I will upload this video, but for now the priority is to keep everybody safe and deal with the situation here, this unprecedented natural disaster. And then maybe once everything is said and done, we will see, hopefully collectively as a community of people here in Cyprus, we will see what has to be done so that the firefighters and the civil servants of all sorts, like the security forces and everything, they are not underfunded, understaffed, and in a sense underappreciated. But that's something for another day. For now, the focus is on the task at hand, and I am happy to see this from everybody here, and it is inspiring, and I do my part and they do their part. So together we will succeed, and I am proud to be witnessing this and to be doing the little bit that I can contribute. That's all for now, folks. Take care. Goodbye. Wildfires, 20 minutes on foot away from where I am. Up there is one of the spots I frequent in my walks. We can see the fire there, and there is much more behind that spot, which we cannot see here. Planes, more of them. 3, 4. Yeah, this is not looking good, folks. Oh, I am prepared to abandon my location if need be, because I have to save the dogs. I have with me everything I need. We can see more fire over there. I have with me the absolute essentials, which is the laptop, some of the files I need to store. I have them on a flash drive. And then my private belongings, and I'm not taking any clothes with me. That's the least of my concerns right now, and we will see. If I need to abandon the place here, I will do it, and worst case scenario, I will build everything back up. But maybe they will be able to contain the fires, so we will see. At any rate, I will have to protect the dogs. That's my first priority, because all the materials can be assembled again.